chief in June of 2022. Last week, a jury convicted 22-year-old Jeremy Rocha of first-degree murder, extreme indifference, and the shooting death of John Jaros. That conviction carries a mandatory sentence of life in prison. The jury also found Rocha guilty of 4 counts of attempted murder related to the family members who were in the truck with Jaros and 1 count of second-degree murder. Those convictions may add even more prison time to his sentence. All of this happened on Father's Day 2 years ago when Jaros was driving with his family on their way to a campsite. Rocha claimed that he shot in self-defense. Our Lauren Scafidi is in the courtroom and we'll have more on that sentencing coming up at 4 o'clock today. New at noon, we have now learned the name of a shoplifting suspect wanted by Wheat Ridge police. They are looking for this man, Francisco Gonzalez. Police say he crashed into 3 cars, including a patrol car, while trying to get away. When officers got to the King Soopers at West 25th and Youngsfield, Gonzalez and another suspect tried to drive away, according to investigators. They hit 2 cars and hurt a driver who was taken to the hospital and since released. Investigators say Gonzalez also slammed into a patrol car before leaving the parking lot. No officers were hurt in that. Police caught the other suspect at 42nd Avenue and took her into custody. Investigators say Gonzalez ran into the Clear Creek trailhead. This morning, the Old Guard Service placed flags on all of the graves at Arlington National Cemetery ahead of Memorial Day on Monday. It is a time to remember and honor U.S. military members who died while serving. In 1971, Congress standardized Memorial Day and then changed its observance to the last Monday in May. We want to give you a live look outside as we are getting closer to the long weekend. We've got a Thursday full of blue skies and warm temperatures. Looking outside at Denver right now, same story, and also gearing up for a really big travel weekend as a lot of people have Monday off for the long weekend. We've got Lauren Robinson here with us, and I think people crossing their fingers for a peaceful, calm, no storms through the weekend.
Well, we do have several storm chances for the weekend. Yeah. Now, the good news is for actual Memorial Day, we're going to be sunny and warm there. But, you know, it is summertime. We have to watch for those summertime pop-up storms. Right now, let's focus on the good. We're sunny and warm. Take a look at the eastern half of the map. We're all in the 70s. Some areas already in the 80s to the southeast. 84 right now in Lamar, even Greeley at 80 degrees. 50s and 60s up in the high country. And then we could see those 70s across the western slope. Now, it's going to be a bit breezy as we go through the rest of this afternoon. Right now, not too terrible, but most of the Front Range and Eastern Plains seeing these winds gusting between 20 and 25 miles per hour. A little windier as you head west into the high country. We're going to watch for those winds to possibly gust to around 30 miles per hour here in Denver later this afternoon. But as you take a look at our HD Doppler radar, not a whole lot happening over the state. We do have an air quality alert in effect to the southwest. I'll get to that in just a moment, my full forecast. But for the rest of the state, we're sunny and dry. We even have a light rain-snow mix that's going to push into the high country. I'll talk more about that in my 7-day forecast as well. But let's go ahead and talk more about this sunny, warm day ahead today. We do have those weekend storm chances, and I will have your Memorial Day forecast, all of that for you just ahead.
The man accused of killing 3 people near Green Valley Ranch in 2022 is set to have a competency hearing tomorrow. Elijah Wood faces 3 charges of first-degree murder after a shooting at an apartment. Of the 3 people who died, one was a 4-year-old and another his aunt. The hearing is set to start at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. The city of Denver is changing its $100 million homeless hotel shelter program to avoid relying on hotels. The Johnston administration is asking city council for $5 million to move people from the street straight into apartments. The city would use the majority of that money to pay rent for 250 people for up to a year. So far, the all-in Mile High program has moved more than 1,200 people into temporary hotel shelters, but only 45 of them have left and then moved into their own apartment. More than 3 times that number, 165, are back on the streets again. The new plan would use American Rescue Plan money that is left over from the pandemic. There is no word on where funding would come from after that runs out. The mayor's office has not said exactly how much money his homelessness initiative has cost since taking office, but the hotel contracts alone have cost $100 million. There is a new state program that is aiming to help former foster youth in Colorado avoid homelessness. It will give vouchers to 100 people who went through the foster care system. Those chosen for the program can have 70 to 100% of their monthly rent paid, and then will also be connected with job opportunities as well as mental health services. In 2021, state numbers show that 36% of 21-year-olds who left foster care became homeless. Teen violence tends to rise during summer break, and now there's a nonprofit in our community that's really working hard to change that. The Struggle of Love Foundation is creating a presence on campuses in the Denver metro area. It's focusing on schools that have had past incidents or threats in the last weeks of the year. Jason McBride with the Struggle of Love Foundation says just being on campus and talking directly with students can make a difference. McBride also wants to work with the city to set up more programs for kids. 2 K-8 schools in Jefferson County have now closed their doors permanently. Yesterday was the last day of school for students at Arvada K-8 and Cold Creek Canyon K-8 because of enrollment issues. Jeffco schools have closed more than a dozen schools before this, and the school board recommended adding these 2 to the list at the end of the school year. Arvada K-8 was open for 70 years.
So this is a part of life. Things, we move, we change, things happen, so it's life, but. Right. And there's both emotions.
We're all continuing in different directions, is what I told my students as well. And just be the best that you can be, whatever direction you go to.
Most of the students will be moving to either Lawrence Elementary or North Arvada Middle. The DOJ is now officially suing Ticketmaster's parent company. The lawsuit claims Live Nation monopolized its industry and is overcharging concert goers. The long-expected lawsuit is also accusing Live Nation of masterminding a plan to stifle competition. The goal is to eventually break the company up. If successful, the case could lead to sweeping changes in the market for live events. Critics say the lack of competition led to various issues, including poor customer service, confusing pricing, expensive ticketing fees, and restrictions on ticket resales. In a statement, Live Nation called the DOJ's allegations baseless and said the lawsuit will not be solving the issues that fans care about relating to ticket prices.